Some thoughts about my day's work on this Bösendorfer. This shines up really nice with plastic polish, McGuire's plastic polish. And the piano cleaned up nicely with just a half an hour's work. A detailed cleaning would take hours, but it's so much better now than it was. I haven't tuned a Bösendorfer for many, many years, and it reminds me how easy they are to tune because they have an open face pin block. So the string takes off very close to the point of where it's attached. There's not a lot of height there. Now I use two different levers oftentimes in the course of a tuning. This one has a very short head, and this one has a longer head for clearance over bars. I prefer the shorter head. You see, because when you push and pull on a lever, a percentage of your force is translated into a simple bending motion of the pin back and forth. The taller it is, the higher percentage of your leverage is turning into a bending of the pin. It's just easier to make a precise movement of the pin when the head is short. Of course, this won't work on a plate bar area like this. So, like this is why I have it wrapped with soft bandage material, so I'll never scratch the paint. So the piano is tuned up nicely. You know, you don't see ivory keys too much anymore, and they're one-piece ivories, and they're in perfect condition, and the piano is not worn. Let's see if I can pull the keyboard out. And I don't think I have a way to do that without using both hands. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is a Renner action. Bear with me. Almost. Okay, now. Okay. So I'll look up the serial number, but I'm presuming the piano is about 35 years old. The key bushings are pretty good. See, I'd like to get rid of that little bit of shake there. And I'm going to do that with school glue, because I've done this on several pianos, and it swells the cloth. It's not worn, it's just indented. And then I'll put Pro Lube on that, and it makes a nice low friction bearing. Now, I need to turn the oval pins on the sharps, but I didn't take the keys off of the frame. But I did put Pro Lube in the front key, and in both key bushings here and here, so the keys glide, and I turned the oval pins slightly to get rid of most all of the shake, and I did some spacing. I didn't do any regulation, and the hammers are just, they're not too badly worn. A little bit of grooving, but the tone is still pretty good. And there's a lot of climate damage in this piano, and yet the action is free. I haven't done any regulation, and it works just fine. I clean the key bed, and then I spray a dry Teflon powder. Let me show you what it is. It's you can get it from the Home Depot. They always stock it. It's under $5 a can. And instead of buying microfine Teflon powder, this is the same stuff, but it's in a vehicle that evaporates totally and just leaves the fine white powder, which is harmless. And it makes it easy to put a keyboard back in the piano. So we can't judge tone, and I can't play piano. It's relatively sensitive, even though I haven't done any regulation. The let off is, it's far from the string. It needs to be adjusted, but next time, because I'm out of time today. It's about almost a quarter of an inch away from the string. I'm surprised that I have this much control when the let off is that early. But I know the pianist who's playing this on the Sunday concert, and he'll be delighted with it. But that old saying, the more you do to a piano, for the piano, the more it'll reward you. So with adjusting of the let off and the drop, and what's the aftertouch like, it's all right. It's quite consistent. the piano will play even with even more smoothness. But it reminds me when I work on one of these Bösendorfers, not only how easy they are to tune because of the tuning pin design, but the scaling is great and the nice long strings. There's relatively little inharmonicity, so it's really easy to set a temperament on a semi-concert or a concert piano like this, like a Steinway or a Yamaha. These are so much easier to tune than small grand pianos. And they reward you. Especially if you shine up the name board.